Guys, please give it up for Matt Farkas, everybody. Matt Farkas!
Hi! How's everybody today? Good. So this is the second time in my life I've worn shorts. The first time I was goaded into it, as you can tell by the tone of my legs, which can only be defined as fluorescent, a little pink. It was a beautiful, beautiful place. I'm staying at Oak Island. And I have to say, coming from Akron, which is like, I've never seen a rainbow before in my life, like actually, that wasn't created by like a yard sprinkler, aside driving down here, because like anything in the sky just goes gray in Ohio. It's just like, yeah, that's why like, I know that we tried flying here first, but the Wright brothers from Ohio were like, we've got to get off the ground here. Like, this is a shitty place. It was great though. I was driving down. There's a lot of construction. And one sign that always bothers me is it says like traffic pattern changed. And I've always actually like wanted to see the pattern like really change. Like to turn around, like turn the corner on a highway bank and see like a bunch of paisley street cones. Like a nice flannel street cone. Because horizontal stripes do not make those look thin. It's not doing it for them. It's just a poor choice. I also passed, I passed High Point, North Carolina, and it said, High Point welcomes Market District visitors, because fuck all of you who are just driving through, right? It's a great marketing campaign. I saw a sign that said, Church of a New Hope, and I was like, I'm glad the Jedi religion's really catching on down here. I'm more of like an empire kind of guy. Rogue One through loophole. You know, but when he returns in the third, you know, it really kind of ties the whole thing up. The other one, I just saw, it said the thing that said bump, right when I came into North Carolina, it said bump on the highway. I'm from Ohio. We have snow, we salt. I saw a sign that said bump twice, and I panicked because of how fast I was going. And then I hit this little tickly thing, I was like, boop. I was like, ha ha ha. Yeah, if you ever like fly into Cleveland because there's a bad storm and you can't land somewhere else and you have to drive somewhere and the state puts up a sign that says bump, do not hit that. That is a different kind of warning. The car is going to be totaled if you hit it. We're not worried about the car. The whole axle is going to be gone. If you hit that bump, you're going to slip a disc. A block from my house, there was a sign that said hole. Didn't say pothole, it said hole. I had to find out. I pulled up next to it, I looked out. It was a hole. It was like 6 feet wide by 8 feet long, and it went down about, like, you could easily lose a small sedan in that, or a poor crossover. And it had one sign right in front of it. Because we don't like warnings. So, like, we don't have enough money for that shit. Obviously, we don't fix our fucking roads. It's fun. I grew up in Akron. It's like, Akron's just like Cleveland Junior. That's how I describe it. I grew up in like the American dream, but like the beginning of the American dream, where they're like, get married and get a job and buy your first car, and someone take the bus, and then buy your second car years later, because you owe money now. So like I had a good raising, like my parents treated me very well. It's just like, we had a lot of hand-me-down toys. Anybody else have like hand-me-down toys? I didn't have any like first-hand toys until later in life when I was 10, where now like a kid normally has like an Xbox, a MacBook Pro, and like a Tesla, I assume. Like, I still got like that Luke Skywalker action figure, and it was like, here, take it and play with this. I don't fucking care. But when I was young, we had hand-me-down toys from all my friends, or my parents' coworkers that were like, hey, you throw it away. My kids are too old now. So like, I didn't have like a G.I. Joe adventure. I had a G.I. Joe. He was missing one foot, his other foot was bent up, and he didn't have any guns or a shirt. Okay? And then I had another different scale person that kind of looked like G.I. Joe, who was like, he was like burnt yellow from the sun, so we called him Rodriguez. Not in a racial way, he was Spanish more than anything. But we had totally, like, they couldn't fight Cobra. We didn't have any Cobra, and nobody had guns. Our story was different. G.I. Joe wasn't a war hero. G.I. Joe was a desk clerk with a bad diet. He got diabetes, and they took his foot. He was walking around funny with his nub, and he got fucking the gout, you know? Like, that's why his other foot's all bent up. And Rodriguez went yellow because he keeps drinking. He's got psoriasis. They don't fight Cobra, they fight the VA for their benefits. I need rent money. Goddamn met around. It's Form 302C. I love Ghostbusters. I have Ghostbusters toys. My Ecto-1 was missing a car door, though. So we just had we were like, yeah, Ghostbusters stopped somewhere in the Bronx for too long. Some angry as shit ghosts stole their car door. And it wouldn't hit home for me as much, but the inside joke is that, like, my friend had an Ecto-1 with the same missing door, and we're like, obviously they had that job twice. Like, this is a trap the whole time. But the thing about the Ghostbusters toys that got me was, like, they had a classic monsters set, and it was like Dracula, ancient evil, totally makes sense. Like, he's got to be killed and stopped. And it was like Frankenstein, he's an abomination to God and science. Like, maybe he's made up murderers, maybe it's just farm people, he's got to go. Wolfman, 6 1/2 dozen. He's a normal dude, wild card, he's got to go. But then they threw in Quasimodo. And it's like, Quasimodo's just a guy with kyphosis. That's just a medical case. He's a normal human being. He's not haunted in any way. He has a light medical condition. It's like 1987 when this is coming out. We know how to fix this. And they're like, he's got to die. But it's like, because really, if you think about it, the story of Quasimodo is he's just an ugly man that fell in love with a beautiful woman and had to die for it. And that's going to be a lot of our stories. Really, it is. Long or short. And that's pretty much the gist of how this is going to play out for us. I don't know. I study a lot of miscellaneous things. One of the most interesting, like I talk about toys, talk about games. You know, humans are built to game. There's a huge theory, Homo ludens, man who plays. And I have to say, it's no different for adults. You know, like my friend just got an Xbox. She loves it. She immediately was like, I'm ready to go on this. And I was like, what do you have? And she's like, Rainbow Six. And I was like, let's kill terrorists. Here we go. We're gonna get stoned as shit, make tacos, kill terrorists. We power it on. I'm gonna turn on the controller. Batteries are dead. And I'm like, do you have any batteries? She's like, no. And I was like, let's check your battery drawer. We open it up, and there's like a AAA from a remote that she threw away years ago, and nothing else. And I was like, all right, new game. What batteries does your vibrator take? And she was like, that's a great question. She scurried off. So I'm like looking around in other drawers, like maybe it's in with the pens. Like I don't know. And she comes back and she goes, I don't know if we can make these work, but here. She opens her hand. And there she was holding 3 9-volt batteries. And I said, we're gonna play a new game called What the Fuck Are You Putting in Your Body? What on God's green earth is powered by an odd number of 9-volt batteries? Holy shit. And it was like, because the RC car I wanted in 1989 as a kid was powered by 2, and it went for a year. Is it a smoke alarm? Like, what's going on? Too much friction builds up and you set it off? Like, is it an emergency storm radio that says it's about to be flash flooding in your panties? Like, come on. Is it all free? Do you just reverse the car until it goes off from the smoke? And then it warns you about flash flooding? And she's like, no, it just has a bunch of LED lights on it. It's pretty cool looking. And I was like, that's very anticlimactic. And she was like, it's very climactic. So adults have toys too. I'm going to close on this, because we're going to give you a taste of Ohio. My favorite bar in Ohio has a very poorly set up bathroom, but it reminded me that people in our generation need to remember to knock if they don't know what's on the other side of the door. And let me explain this. So, let's say you don't know what's on the other side of the door, and you just barge in. Best case scenario, there's nobody there, especially in a restroom scenario. Best case scenarios with knocking are both of them. Even the worst case is pretty good. You knock, and someone's like, I'm in here. And you're like, I'll give it the next 30 seconds he needs. You know, you knock, there's nobody, you go right in. You don't knock, nobody's there, you save yourself, I don't know, potentially 30 seconds. When you don't knock and you open the door and I'm there, I've had pitchers of beer by this point. It is at a pizza joint / bar. I order pizzas to the address I want the drivers to take me to when I'm done. I am ready to go at this point. And the urinal is directly adjacent to the door. So when that opens, I am probably very thrilled to see someone I haven't seen. I'm gonna turn to greet who with the door open. And I'm peeing for a while. And in my experience, if I turn and pee on someone in a bar, there's usually a fight. But here's the thing. If you get into a fight with an adult man who's had a couple of drinks with his pants on, he's gonna strike a defensive position. He's gonna try to make a, basically strategic combat plan. When you strike a fight with a man whose dick is flopping around and peeing everywhere, whose only drunk consciousness is that his baby maker is flopping around freely into the wind, you're basically fighting an unleashed rabid animal that's about your size and ready to do this. So now a full-grown man pissing his mind out tackles him and bites him on the floor. Your friends aren't going to get involved in that. That's going to be on YouTube from 5 angles. Just man gets ass kicked and peed on while bitten by naked dudes. This is going to go viral immediately. So let's talk about it. Do we want to knock? Maybe cost ourselves 30 seconds. Or do we want to not knock and see if we end up on YouTube in a not flattering position? It's a good call. I think we should knock more. I think that's all my time. Unless do I have time for one more quick one?
Sure.
We want one more quick one?
Yeah.
Good. We're going to get political and scientific in a good way. There's something that we do as a culture when we drive when someone pisses us off. Can somebody do that for me right now? Thank you, ma'am. Right on top of it. It's right here. You throw up that bird. Stop. It's stupid and it's irresponsible. And let me explain why. On a scientific level, I know why you're doing it. Your amygdala is triggered. You're pissed. You got to make a reaction. It's kind of like a Tylenol effect in your brain. It's why you swear when you stub your toe. It's just you can't swear because you won't hear you. So make a kinetic action that emotes that you're swearing and it gives you the same chemical effect. Don't do that. That's fucking stupid. Because now he sees that. He's been sworn at. He's mad. And from there, now his amygdala is overreacting and he has a less risk perception, which is bad, which means you're mad, he's mad, we have 2 angry asshole drivers on the road, we've doubled the circumstances for an accident, don't make more angry drivers, it's bad. Here's what you do, here's how we combat it. Same effect, I want everybody to try this once, I promise you it's worth it. Next time someone pisses you off in traffic, give them a thumbs down. This is why. You feel a little bit relieved, but you can't get mad if someone gives you a thumbs down. You can only get disappointed in yourself. That's psychological warfare. He's not angry, he's very disappointed in himself, and that's not going to affect him right then and there. Later, when he's trying to plow his wife, she's going to say something sexy, and he's going to be like, I can't get it up. This kid gave me a thumbs down, I cut him off, he was fucking rude. I was in a hurry, I didn't even reach for it. She's be like, what is wrong with you? And he's like, he just gave me a thumbs down. I don't know how to react to that. So can we all swear we're going to try to give the thumbs down and knock?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks everybody for having me. This is an awesome place. Tip your wait staff. Give it up for Louie.
Farkas, everybody. Keep it going for